You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind. KCAA and KCAA Internet Television, the station that leaves no listener and no viewer behind.
Hello and welcome to Let's Go Shopping with Bev. This show brought to you by Starflight Entertainment. Music by Dr. Bombay and the Blue Machine Band. Song title, Living in Paradise. Now here's Bev.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody. And again, happy Friday. And I hope everybody out there all around the world had a very good Valentine's Day. You got some candy, some flowers, maybe a nice dinner, a nice card, maybe a hug or two. But I hope everybody had it. And now since Valentine's Day is over with, don't stop it. Let's keep it rolling. Day after day, do something special for somebody, your other half or a family member, whatever. Just do a little something. Maybe just call up somebody and go, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? That means a lot.
Yes.
Okay, now, we have a full house today. I'm excited again. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, I have my Starbucks coffee, and thank you to Starbucks across the street, right here on 2nd Street. They make me very happy on Fridays. And, again, we have Barbara and Daniel from Farmers Insurance. Yay! And we are going to be talking about off-road vehicles and boats and trailers and everything you all need to know to get ready for spring and summer, because spring is right around the corner. The Easter money's showing up. Daffodils are blooming. Hey! And also, we are going to have Steve Narango Jr. from Nightlife Productions. Yes, he is going to be in the building. He is en route. After him, we have a very, very special phone call we're going to make. I'm not going to say who it is, what it is, but this person is perfectly super-duper, and Steve and I had the pure pleasure coming up of introducing him, and then we're going to have the deals of the week. And Steve just walked in. Hi, Steve.
How are we?
Yes, and now, while Steve is getting his stuff together, let's get on the road with no further ado. Hey, Barbara, Daniel, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for inviting us.
You're welcome. And let's get right to it, because of all the good stuff we want to bump out, and we don't want to run out of time, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Barbara, Daniel, since spring and summer is coming, and you are going to start doing the boating and the motorcycle riding and off-wheel vehicles and everything else, what do people need to do?
Well, first off, they need to understand that any vehicle that must be registered needs to have its own insurance policy. That's really important. And the biggest thing is with boating. Everybody goes to Havasu. We go to Havasu. We love Havasu.
Fun.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun, but there's liability. There's exposure. We need protection. So, again, our boats need to be insured. If we hit another boat, we need to take care of the damage. If we hit somebody, oh my gosh, we need to be able to take care of the injuries. Mm-hmm. So, again, each vehicle needs its own type of insurance, depending on the type of vehicle that it is.
All right, now since we got talking about boats, I don't want to sound ridiculous, but a lot of people probably want to know this. With all the different boats that we have on the different sizes, and each boat with a different size can hold X amount of people. If you have the skiers behind you, whatever, if you're going to just stop somewhere and go fishing, if you have a sailboat, if you have that pontoon party boat, right? Uh-huh. Now, when they go to get the insurance for the boats, then apparently they have to tell you what it is, right? And that it's licensed and all this other stuff. How does that work on the price?
That's a great question, actually, because when people call in for a quote, they never have the answers that I need, because I need information about the boat. What is it? Is it a bow rider? Is it not? Mm-hmm. Is it, does it have a V-hull? The type of engine. Is it an inboard? Is it an outboard? What's the horsepower? And the trailer. We insure the trailer, so we need to know what kind of trailer. So, yes, all that is taken into account. Same difference if I'm going to insure a 1999 Buick Skylark versus a 2013 Jaguar. It's the same scenario.
That's pretty cool. So, folks, if you're going to have a boat, you're going to call Barbara and Daniel. Yes, from Farmers Insurance. Yes, and
there it is.
Boom.
Yes.
There you go. Thanks, Rob. And one more time. There you go. And so make sure you get all your info before you call Barbara or Daniel. We're going to bump out their info in a few minutes now. And, all right, from the boats, all right, now the ones to, one more thing I want to ask you, where they have these sleeping boats, where you rent them out, and you can go Havasu, wherever, and you're going to spend the weekend on this boat, right? Now, of course, you and your family hopefully have insurance for your persons if the people that are with you are insured. Do they need extra insurance when they rent out that houseboat? Or are they covered? How does that work?
That's another really great question, because renting that type of device versus renting a car, very different. Most people know that if they have car insurance with comp and collision coverage, they can go rent a car and don't need to buy additional insurance or buy insurance from Hertz, Enterprise, etc.
Right, okay.
We don't have that kind of insurance for the boat. So, yes, when you rent that boat, you need to buy the insurance. You need to have the property damage, etc. Yes, you need to buy it.
Okay, it's just like you're going on the airlines and they want to know if you want that extra insurance, right? Right.
The dropping insurance in case you drop.
Boom, yes. And that's why everybody should have their own wings instead of arms. We should have wings, quack, quack. And then also talking about boats and poor people that were stuck on that.
The cruise ship.
Yeah, what was the name of the boat that just...
Wasn't it the Caribbean? What was it? Carnival.
Carnival.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, and like them poor people that are stuck on the Carnival thing.
Yeah, right. That's terrible.
And you think I'm going to get on that? No. And I loved it when they were interviewing some of the passengers, and that Carnival was going to give them a free thing for another cruise, and everybody's going, I don't think so. No. Okay, so we got off the boats. Now let's get on to the off-road vehicles, your dune buggies and motorcycles and all that. What do people got to do?
Same kind of a thing. They need to have insurance, because there was this one time when we were out, and I actually ran into our own car. So, yes, we needed property damage protection.
You're going to tell that story.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
there's a good story there, Steve. You know that. We need to hear that, right?
Yes, we do.
Yes. Stu, tell us. We won't tell anybody.
Well, we were doing this circle thing, where you're going to go fast in this circle, and I got caught, and I couldn't get out. And when I got out, I jerked wrong and ran right into the side of our own vehicle. So, that can happen to anybody.
Yeah, right, Barbara. Yeah. Okay.
So, again, you need to insure that, because what if I had run into another person's bike or anything like that? So just like your car, you want to buy property damage. You want to buy bodily injury damage. You want to buy med pay. Maybe you don't have health insurance and you get injured when you're doing that. You can put medical payments on that policy. So there's a lot of reasons to really look at what you do. Who do you have on your bike? We have our kids on our bikes. Oh, my gosh. So, yes, you want to insure those as well. And it's the same thing for a motorcycle or a quad or a dune buggy. It's all the same.
All right, now here's another question. And if you have a question, bump in. You have children, too, right?
Yes,
and we got children and grandbabies, so bump in anytime. Rob, if you want to get involved with this about your new car, bump in, let's do it. The thing is, now, with all of the different off-road vehicles, right? And you mentioned the motorcycles. Now, there is a difference in the bikes from off-road to on-road.
Correct.
Right? Now, if one has insurance, and don't think this is crazy. I don't know. I'm learning. Every time I talk to you, I'm learning here. If you have the insurance for the on-road, right, can that insurance bump over to that off-road, or do you have to do another insurance for off-road vehicles?
That's a great question, because a lot of people ask me that same thing, because it's really not the road. The off-road is the type of vehicle. So it's an off-road vehicle. Traditionally, a quad is never on the street.
You think so, huh?
Well,
okay.
Not supposed to be. So that's where the off-road and then not off-road, it's really a determination as to what kind of vehicle it is. That's really what it is.
Okay,
Yep.
and then also, real quick, talking about on-road and off-road, let's bump real quick and remind all the mommies and daddies and aunties and uncles and grandma and grandpas and the whole nation here about our young children with now they're going for driver's ed.
Oh, yes.
Let's bump that in real quick.
Okay. Real important. A lot of things change, so always pay attention. Everybody, I don't care who your carrier is, reach out to them when your children are going to get their permit. Please reach out to your carrier. Make sure you know when exactly, the second they get their permit, they need to be on the policy. And then what's going to be extra important is what kind of discounts they can get because you're going to need them. Our young drivers are going to need any discount they can get. Mm-hmm. Farmers has a really great program. Even though they're going to take driver's ed, we've got another program that if they go through our class, they get an additional discount. And then a plug, our daughters never qualified for a good student discount, and that's a really big discount. So really, work with your kids. Try to get them to have the good grades because we never got that discount.
Okay, now there's another thing. Now since you mentioned the children, thank you, and the grandbabies, with our grandson, Michael Anthony, he's getting up there on the years, you know. I'm not getting any older, but they all are.
They're aging, we're not.
Right, there you go, Barb. We got to stick together.
Yes.
Now, with his mother, and she unfortunately does not have farmers insurance. She has another company. Since we deal with you, yes, everybody I deal with these guys, that's not why they're on the air. I just believe in their company. Now, if we got Michael Anthony swung over for a period of time, right? I know that's going to change everything. Since we're not mommy and daddy, could he still be covered if we do something?
Actually, the children need to be in the household that they're living in.
Okay.
Because there's something bigger in that. When you have children living in your house, and we have a little place in the pantry where we hold everybody's keys to their cars, okay? So these children are going to have access to any car in the household, so it's really important that they are insured in the household that they're living in.
Okay.
Because it really makes a difference. Because they're going to have access to all the cars in the household.
That's a scary thought.
It is.
You know, it really is. And one more thing, because we're going to be doing the call out here. And is he there? Not yet? Okay. All right. When Ron gives us the little hand signal or sign or something for the next guest, then I'm going to switch over to Steve.
Yes.
And to our guest, and then we're coming back to you.
Sounds
okay?
good.
So don't worry about it.
We'll wait.
Okay. All right. And the other thing, when we're talking about our young people, right, the other thing I want to bring up, spring is coming, summer is coming, more people are going to be out riding bikes, even mommies and daddies and nanas and papas and everybody in the nation now is going to be on their bicycles. Let's bump out the safety for bicycles.
I think that's a Daniel comment.
Yeah. Bike safety, skateboard safety, that's a big deal. The thing about that is, besides, you've got the daylight hours, of course, the kids are out biking and skateboarding or what have you. Kids have a bad habit of not paying attention where they're at, so the driver really has to pay attention, or extra attention for these kids, what have you, that are on a bicycle. That's one issue. But at night, of course, I see a lot of kids are out bicycling that don't have, any...
You can't see them.
You can't see them. They don't have lights or flip gear, what have you. And that scares the heck out of me. When I'm driving it, it just, it spooks me. I've had a couple of close calls, so I try not to, hit somebody, of course. But so that would be my biggest advice. Kids, drivers, whatever, be careful.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right? Now, Steve, with the children in your household,